Okay, from where we left off, Asaga left the ship, and now we have to launch a rescue mission. There you are, my princess. I was beginning to fear that I had lost you again. Not that there's anywhere to hide aboard our flagship anyways. You are arrogant, Cullen. You'll do well to remember I am still Royal Consort of Venezuela Arcadius and above your station. Above my station, you say? It is you who must consider your position. As long as you are on board my ship, you belong to me. Leave me alone. Your position in that sad little kingdom is meaningless. The Ryuvia of the old is gone. It is I, the governor of the neutral rim, who you should obey. Kinda creepy there. Such a shame that you must be turned over to our dear leader so soon, my little flower. But I'm sure just a small taste is alright. You're disgusting. I see you are busy entertaining our guests, Cullen. What do you want? We'll reach Ryuvia momentarily. I've received orders from headquarters that Venezuela Arcadius himself is to take command of the fleet for the state wedding. We are to prepare for his arrival. And you will do well to keep your hands off things which do not belong to you, Cullen. I was doing no such thing. Now give me the security plans for the wedding. Merely because he is young, he thinks he owns this place. I'll show that wealth who owns what. Once I'm governor of Ryuvia, always interfering at the worst of times. I see our old Imperial still up to his usual habits. Well then, your highness, it is time for me to take my leave as well. Your Venizar Fortana. A pleasure. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other more often. Well then, my regards, your highness. Sunrider, 38 hours later. Repairs on the ship are nearly complete, Captain. We have been working around the clock to patch her back together after that last assault. We're even running low on duct tape. However, we used up the last of our stock of repair drones for the emergency repairs. Let's see if we can get some more from the mining union. Aye, Captain. Station, what's the situation on Ryuvia? Alliance intel reports that 4 packed fleets have converged on the planet. The Venizar's flagship, the Legion, just arrived there. Altogether, I estimate Asaga is approximately behind 600 pack ships and 1 super dreadnought. The whole place is in lockdown. Any rescue operation will be akin to suicide now. I know that look. It means you're going to say something I don't like. Asaga's a member of our crew. Not going to abandon her. Captain, Asaga is merely one person. You have a duty to protect this ship. Throwing all our lives away for the life of one would be a foolhardy decision. Not if we have a plan. Plan? Chigara, come in. Ah, Captain. Tell us what you managed to devise from looking at the data we gathered from the Seraphim. I managed to reverse engineer the Seraphim's targeting computer, which allowed some substantial upgrades to the Sunrider's navigational computer. We'll now be able to pinpoint faster-than-light jumps with an exit area within 8 centimeters of our target, and speed control within 0.01 meters per second. In other words, if you could find a watermelon floating in space, the Sunrider's warp drive is now precise enough to place that watermelon inside a large bowl in the mess hall when we warp out. And how's that going to help us? According to Alliance intel, the marriage will take place in low orbit around Ryuvia and the Star Palace. We'll make a pinpoint jump right next to the wedding hall. Pick Asaga up, then hightail it out of Ryuvia before the packed fleet can respond. Of course, it's so simple when she puts it like that. Captain, you do realize that once you warp the Sunrider into low orbit, you won't be able to warp out until you've cleared the planet's gravity well. One thing at a time, Ava. We'll have the element of surprise. Nobody will expect the Sunrider to warp past the entire packed fleet and come out on top of the Star Palace. You're as reckless as ever. Going to protect everyone on the ship, Ava. Nobody gets left behind. Now I'm the captain. Understood, Captain. I will be in my quarters readying the battle plans. Everyone's dismissed. Okay, so people to talk to. Let's see if there's repair drones. These aren't actually that bad. Unfortunately, the cost of one of these is actually more than pretty much my entire repair bill. And where's Stabby Stabby? I don't see her anywhere on here. And let's take a look at the Seraphim. So it uses a kinetic rifle. Whoa! That's all of its energy? And I'm going to set it so that I'll have enough space to move 1 square a turn. But unfortunately that did use up most of my cash. And we can still upgrade the blackjack, so that makes me wonder if it's going to make an appearance in this mission. I'm gonna upgrade her kinetic damage, since that's helped us quite a bit in the past. And I don't really see a reason to upgrade the energy cost. Accuracy, she's been kind of spot on so far, so let's cross our fingers. Those will be the upgrades we do for now, so let's go do the rounds, starting with our pervert. Oh, Captain, care to join me for some ice cream? Alright, I have some time to chat. Chocolate or vanilla? Would you like to eat out of my bowl? No thanks. Do you flirt with every single space captain you happen to meet, Claude? Only the cute ones. Alright, sorry I asked. What's the matter, Captain? You don't think Claude's cute? Sure, but Ava will be after me with chains if she saw me with you. Just what's your relationship with your first officer anyways? Ex-wife? Close enough, we'll go with that. Hell no. I think we have regulations against that. Went to high school together, that's all. We used to be pretty close back in the days, but it's not like we were dating or anything. Guess she's always been more like an older sister. And now she's your first officer. That's awkward. Wouldn't know the half of it. So, what are you going to do now? Well, my ship was wrecked by pirates, so it looks like I'm stuck here. Not that I have any problems with that. Wouldn't count on becoming a doctor here, but you still helped us out with those Reuvian cruisers. We could use a pilot like you. In that case, you can command me anytime, Captain. Alright, just... no more medical exams. Oh, but Captain, it's for your own health. More like to feel your own perversions. Ava says you've been causing her problems. That woman just never lets up. Just because I'm staying here for now doesn't mean I have to do the whole military thing. I know Ava can be frustrating at times, but she's only doing her job. Can't you two at least try to get along? Oh, Captain. What? I think I've been hit with a sudden sleep spell. Good night. Claude? Quit fooling around. Your ice cream's melting? No. You're kidding me. I'm going to go back to work now. Enjoy your ice cream. Bye-bye, Captain. Feel free to join me again. Yeah, there wasn't a spot to talk to Ava. You must be confused. It is dark. I cannot tell if I have truly awakened or if I still sleep on board the Charlac, and this is merely a strange dream. Trust me, you're among the living again. You wish something of me? What do you plan on doing now? I do not know. The world I know is no more. The war against the fallen is long concluded, and history no longer even remembers who the victors were. All which I swore to protect are now long dead or destroyed. I now live a hollow existence. I wish to close my eyes once more and disappear into nothingness, as it was meant to be. And we'll go with this one. You'll find new friends here with us. You can rebuild your life. Friends. Like a family, connected not by blood, but by bonds. I know naught of either friends or family. Your just lonely. I don't know what happened to you before you ended up in that tube, but you can join our crew here on board the Sunrider. I have no desire for friendship, but neither does this time have another place for me. Very well, I shall choose to remain with your crew, but merely because I belong nowhere else in this galaxy. I need not become part of your family, nor find camaraderie among those who live now. That is all, Captain. Tell me more of your time. It was a violent time for the Holy Ryuvian Empire. The Emperor and the Crown Prince were killed in an assassination, leaving the throne to my father, the Second Prince. Yet Crow Harbor, the jealous bastard son of the Empire, laid a compelling claim to the throne. He gathered forces across the galaxy, his ambition to seize the throne for himself. For 14 years, Ryuvia was caught in a bloody civil war. It seemed as if the Empire itself would crumble if drastic measures were not taken. Drastic measures like what? The awakening of the Sharlak. I mean the super dreadnought we found in that graveyard. It is a weapon of unimaginable power, yet it can only be held by one of the king's daughters. The Sharlak cannot be awakened without also sealing the fate of the princess, for when the Sharlak unleashes its ultimate power, it also takes the life of its user. It sounds just like a fantasy legend, not the stuff of real life. Our ships are operated by the power of science, just like yours, not magic. Long before my time, countless warships bearing the same power as the Sharlak were built. War became horrible. Humanity possessed the power to not only destroy itself, but to collapse the entire universe into a singularity. It was fear of our own power which led to the creation of the Sharlak. The wise emperors of the past decreed such almighty power could only be used with the sacrifice of the emperor's most precious daughter. With the price of infinite power so high, even the most arrogant of empires bid second thought before awakening the Sharlak. And so, with our most devastating weapons so limited, the Holy Ryuvian Empire can continue to exist in peace. But despite that, your father still chose to sacrifice you to awaken the Sharlak. It was a desperate time. You unleashed the Sharlak's final weapon in that battle and destroyed all those ships, but I thought you were supposed to die after you did that. I believe the same. Why is it that you're still alive? I have already spoken too much. I do not wish to speak of this further. Your eye was glowing during the battle. What was that? You find me unnatural. I've never seen anything like that before. Perhaps I am not of your species, Captain, or do you fancy that I am some kind of android? That's got to be the most deadpan joke ever. Fear not, I am as human as your mother and father. My eye is merely a result of millennia of scientific research. Thanks to genetic modification, I can momentarily increase the vision of my right eye 100-fold. The effect is not only limited to my eye, but also provides a brief but tremendous boost. Boast? Or is that actually supposed to be boost? To both my muscle control and brain function. Perhaps such technology appears radical to you, but it was a trite affair during my time. So, everyone during your time possessed superhuman abilities? No. The Holy Ryuvian Emperors feared the power the masses would wield if they had access to such technology. Thus, the law across the galaxy was that only royalty could augment their own DNA. That makes sense. The Ryuvian rulers would want to reuse such powers to make themselves more powerful. I'm starting to notice the writing is getting a little bit rougher here. We need help. The technology of your time far surpasses our own. Help us rescue our friend. The current princess? Ryuvia needs your help. This timeline is not my own. Your fights are not mine. Yet, even if I so wished, I would be of no use in improving your technology. Such matters are beyond my skills. I am merely a marksman, nothing more. I am no technologist. Okay, but still, help us rescue Asaga. We could really use your skills out there. Very well. I am still sworn to protect Ryuvia, even millennia in the future. I will defend Ryuvia with my life. I have already cast down my body for Ryuvia once, and I do not flinch at the thought of doing so again. We're all going to come out of this alive. Watch yourself out there. Now farewell, Captain. Leave me to my peace. Now we have to talk to Chigara. That took longer than I thought it would. Ah, Captain. You wanted to see me? Yes, I don't think I've ever apologized to you for lying to you all this time about Asaga. So you have my apology, Captain. You were just trying to protect Asaga. Apology accepted. Thank you, Captain. It was a shock to me too when I first found out Asaga was the Princess of Ryuvia many years ago. I certainly understand how it must feel for you, but please, don't blame Asaga for deceiving you. To be engaged to marry such a vile man, she must have had no choice but to run away and hide her identity. How did you find out Asaga was the princess? It was a long time ago when I first met Asaga, years before any of us knew the name Arcadius. It was near the time when I arrived on Ryuvia as a refugee from Diode. I was lost on my way to my work, and panicking when some gentlemen came by to help give some directions. And all of a sudden, Asaga burst into the scene and started shouting at all the men. They didn't take kindly to what Asaga was saying, and things started getting dangerous. Luckily, I had my handy hair ribbon on, so I used it to temporarily stun the men and ran away with Asaga. And I don't even remember what it was, so what Asaga said earlier on. You can check an earlier video, but I'm just gonna go with this one. Asaga does tend to exaggerate her stories so much. Shortly after I ran away with Asaga, I found out her true identity. I was really shocked to meet the Princess of Ryuvia, but Asaga made it look like it wasn't anything special. To her, being the princess didn't define who she was. She was going to leave Ryuvia one day and find adventure among the stars. She was never meant to be in politics. But then, the war approached Ryuvia. Asaga's mother passed away and her father fell ill. The royal court was darkened by talk of succession and fear of Pax's power. I still remember Asaga bursting into my apartment after finding out what her father had done, and we decided to run away together. It was the only thing I could do to protect Asaga. And that's how we became freelancers and met you, Captain. Pact is nothing more than a tyrannical regime led by a madman. Venizar Arcadius will never honor a political alliance with Ryuvia. I don't understand much of politics, but I know that the Venizar is evil. He merely wants Asaga. He does not care about anything about alliances or Ryuvia. To a man like him, she is merely a prize to be won. The Venizar will not stop until the entire galaxy and everyone in it is under his power, and he will use any means to accomplish that. To think the king sold Asaga to such a person. Don't worry, Chigara. We'll go in there and rescue Asaga before the Venizar can even lay a finger on her. This is going to be our hardest mission yet. Prepare yourself. Yes, Captain. I'll do everything in my power to save Asaga from the Venizar. Good. We'll be counting on your expertise to pull this off. One more thing, Captain. Asaga gave me this. A hollow recording. She told me to give it to you if anything like this ever happened. With everything that's been going on, I couldn't give it to you until now. She made me promise not to look at it, so it is meant only for you. Thanks. I'll take a look at it in my office. Thank you, Captain. I was worried before, but now I feel better. We'll rescue Asaga and end this. And I haven't had any side missions other than that outpost and the slave thing, unless I missed them somewhere along the way. But let's go ahead and do the recording. Let's play this recording and find out what Asaga has to say. Ah, is this thing on? Hello, hello, can you hear me? You know, you could have added this part off, Asaga. Captain, I sure hope you're the one hearing this. If you're playing this message, that means I've left the Sunrider and probably en route to Enrubia. First, let me say that I'm really sorry for fooling you. I didn't mean to have been lying to you all this time. I thought it could really work out, that we could just travel the stars forever and beat Pact in the ass for good measure. But I guess you gotta wake up from all dreams eventually. When the time comes and I go back to Ryuvia, please don't come after me. Even though I don't agree with it, my father is still doing the right thing. Without the royal marriage, what happened at Sarah will happen again at Ryuvia. Millions of people will be killed. Worse, what little remains of our way of life will be destroyed. Ryuvia's already suffered too much in the past 100 years. If we take one more hit, it'll be the end of our entire way of life. It just takes the sacrifice of one life to save the lives of millions, and the preservation of a history which spans longer than the length of the known galaxy. If that's the case, then I'll gladly become the Venizar's bride. There's a legend in Ryuvian. Whenever the kingdom is in danger, the sacrifice of the king's only daughter is necessary to save the kingdom. Things like this have occurred throughout our history. I'm ready to play my role, even though it wasn't the role I wanted. Because that's what it takes to be a true hero, Captain. And that's the only thing I ever wanted to become. No, Asaga, we're coming for you. You know the Venazar is fooling the king. Pact will never honor an alliance with Ryuvia. And now we can talk to Ava. These scenes are getting kinda long. Battle plans for the rescue operation are nearly complete, Captain. Right, thanks, Ava. Was there something else you needed? Looks like Claude's going to stay on board for a little while longer. She's already made a total mess out of the crew quarters. She always leaves her belongings in the showers, gets toothpaste splattered all over the mirrors, and has already spilled coffee on the lounge twice. And of course, instead of getting any work done, all she does is stay in bed in her pajamas all day. Sounds like you finally met your match. I swear, why do all the Rider pilots in the galaxy have to have such crippling personality defects? I honestly can't believe we're entrusting fusion-powered weapons of mass destruction to these people. Now Ava, Claude's been a big help to our team. And let's go and do the recording anyway. Sounds like even she has more common sense than you do. Sir. Ava? If you were captain and I was the one captured, I know you'd dive into the heart of Venazir's palace to rescue me. You presume too much, Captain. Ouch. What are your thoughts? While Ryuvia is no longer a galactic power, the stories of its former glory are known throughout the galaxy. Marrying the Princess of Ryuvia will place Venazar Arcadius in line to eventually become the king. And what tyrant could ever pass up the opportunity to restore the Holy Ryuvian Empire and become Emperor of the Infinite Cosmos? Many millennia ago, the Ryuvian Empire was the ruler of all life. Legend speaks that he controlled time itself, and indeed, he was worshipped throughout the galaxy not as a man, but as a god. Exactly the sort of power a man like Arcadius would dream of wielding. But that was then. Today, Ryuvia is merely an obscure backwater planet. Its former glory is gone. Just look, we had the Princess of Ryuvia on board our ship for 2 months and nobody even recognized her. Intergalactic treaties are only as powerful as the guns backing the paper. Ryuvia has none. Offering Asaga to Arcadius is merely a form of surrender, an offering by a dying world to the new rising galactic power, in the hopes of being spared from the coming fire. Asaga's sacrifice, however tragic, will spare Ryuvia from a Pact invasion. Are you willing to doom Ryuvia to share the same fate as Sarah, merely to rescue Asaga? I prepared the battle plans just the same, Captain. Thanks, Ava. I'll keep you posted on additional developments. Alright, I'll see you later, Captain. Okay, one last sweep to make sure we got everything, and let's go. Report. I've completed the battle plans for Operation Wedding Crash. Well, they're certainly creative with their names, aren't they? Show me. We will make a pinpoint jump past the entire Pact fleet and come out mere meters away from the Star Palace. A security team supported with combat drones will then launch from modified escape pods into the wedding hall, secure Asaga, then return to the Sunrider. Following that, the Sunrider will hit full thrusters and attempt to shake the Pact fleet by swinging around the first Ryuvian moon while we prep our warp drive for a second emergency warp. Sounds like the best plan we've got. Alright, Operation Wedding Crash is approved. Also, there is an alternative plan. Alternative? You could say it's something far more daring. Right on, I'm listening. Star Palace, T-minus 4 hours until the state wedding. My Venazar, welcome to Ryuvia. Wow, so ugly he has to wear a mask wherever he goes. This world was once the center of humanity. Such a pity that we cannot see the halls of the Star Palace as they were millennia ago, lavished with the splendors of the Holy Empire. Fear not, my lord, the Star Palace is still plenty baroque to this day. Colin, how goes the invasion of the Neutral Rim? It is nearly complete, my lord. Day after day, more worlds eagerly join our cause. And those that don't, well ha, our cannons prove them most cooperative. The Neutral Rim is but a testing ground of our power. Our true objective lies at Farport. And I wonder if the microphone is picking up that siren. Those Alliance cowards don't see what's coming. 5 of our best fleets are poised to strike Farport within days. Within the fall of Farport, the gateway to Alliance space will be broken. We will break through the enemy's gates and march to Solaris before the Solar Congress can muster its forces. Careful, Column. The Alliance is different from backwater planets you have dealt with in the neutral realm. They will not be defeated as easily. Perhaps to your fleets, Fontana, they are no match for mine. Very well, Benazar Cullen. You will lead our forces at Farport. Let us see if you can translate your words into actions. Thank you, my lord. This way, my leader, to your chambers. We've prepared a special guest for you. Our beloved, are you ready for eternity? You. That's a crappy wedding dress. Figure an empire could afford better than that. Truly, your father is naive to believe offering such a pathetic girl to us will save his dying world from the coming revolution. Ryuvia and its secrets will be mine. Just as the old Ryuvian emperors of the past, we shall hold the galaxy upon our palms. We will not be around the halls of the ancient star palace that the galaxy revolves, but from our mighty fortress at New Eden. Not if I stop you. Oh, and what would a naive schoolgirl do to oppose us? The Benazar of the Crimson Armada. And I'm guessing that should probably be capitalized as a title. Your life now belongs to me. Your body is now mine. Your soul will be crushed until you are but an obedient dog, eagerly licking her master's boots. Never. And I'm guessing that was a headbutt? Silence. How cruel is destiny that it is we who must suffer while a little doll like you holds a destiny greater than us. But mere hours will be mine. With that, the keys to a weapon which shall send a frozen shiver down the galaxy's spine will be in our hands. Dear our kind guests, we are gathered here, etc., etc., Venazar S. Arcadius to Asaga D. Ryuvia. And I always have to wonder, that's open domain, right? Usual BS wedding vows, flying through his teeth like a typical groom, and vice versa for the bride. Then I do declare you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. He's still wearing his ugly mask. Ha ha ha. We are afraid the charade is now over, your majesty. Your pathetic kingdom shall now be extinguished from the face of the galaxy. What? We had a deal, Venazar. A deal made only of paper. Men seize our guests. You, I knew this was all a trick. Silence, our little princess. You shall learn to serve us. We hope your cooperation is forthcoming, for the life of your father depends on it. You. How fitting it is that our marriage hall is high above the skies of Ryuvia. From here you will all witness the true power of Pact, the end of your pathetic kingdom. For 10,000 years, Ryuvia has ruled the galaxy. Now Pact shall earn its place in history as the power to finally extinguish Ryuvia's last flickering ember. Empty words, Venazar. I have ruled Ryuvia for all my life, and I have long realized all our traditions, all our rights, all our culture, they are but sad remnants of our former selves, meant to pluck us from the truth that we have become weak. Ryuvia, the infinite kingdom of all space and time, is no longer. All that is left is embodied in this old, frail man. Go ahead, shoot. You have only killed an old dying man whose time has long come. That is all you will have accomplished today. You speak too much. Farewell, my king. I'm sure he's fine. He'll probably even be in the sequel too. Father, Asaga, I'm sorry. It was the only way. Venazar promised your safety if you would wed him. You didn't have to. Forgive me, Asaga. No. Seize them. They shall now be made to serve Pact. Prepare my shuttle for the Legion. We shall dissect Ryuvia until all its secrets are ours. Let me go. You'll pay for this, Venazar. Oh? We are Venazar Arcadius. It is us who rule the known cosmos. There is no force left in this galaxy to challenge us. Our power is infinite, and you, our pretty little doll, belong to us for eternity. With the key to the galaxy in our hand, we shall be unstoppable. What? What is that vessel? It's the Sunrider. Warp successful. We dropped out 10 meters from the wedding hall. Begin operation. Launch our drones and take out the guard ships. Aye, Captain. I will lead the security squad as planned. You have the bridge, Captain. No, I'm coming with you. Captain, protocol strictly states that during all high-risk away missions, the captain is to remain on the bridge at all times. Ava pulled out a handbook from her pocket and rapidly flipped through the pages. Section 48, paragraph 8 clearly states when engaging in level 9 security protocols, the ranking officer must... Command decision? Hell no. And I don't know what this 15 command thing is. Shields grabbed the handbook from Ava's hands, shredded it to pieces, and scattered it to the winds. Right this way, sir. Take cover, sir. We've got a security breach. Destroy those drones. Fools, it is merely one ship. Blow it out of the sky. Captain, over here. Oh no, Your Highness, you're not going anywhere. Let me go, you fatty. Disrespectful. Well, I'll show you, you little. There's our pork chops. Let her go. You. I should have killed you when I had the chance. Ah, my foot. That bitch just crushed my foot with her heels. Medic. Men, seize the princess. Don't let her... Asaga here. We're getting you out of here. Captain, hang on. You. Sorry to bride snatch, but I think this little marriage has been annulled. Careful, Captain. 2 up in the rafters. And she was packing heat, apparently. Thanks for the cover. Ava, I've secured Asaga. Commence stage 2. Aye, Captain. Fools, do not allow the princess to escape. Solo, eliminate the target. Understood. Firing target. Target neutralized. Ava confirms the target down. Negative. It was just a hologram. Our cave is never even in the wedding hall. Damn. Abort mission. Get out of there. Return to the Sunrider. Understood, Captain. We're falling back. Come on, Asaga. Back into the escape pod. We're getting out of here. Made it back, Ava. What's the situation? The space around us just lit up like a Christmas tree. We got 200 ships closing in fast. All ahead. All ahead full. Launch all our riders to protect the Sunrider as we make it to the moon. Aye, Captain. So is this a runaway mission or what? Here's the blackjack. We kept her warm for you. Captain, you came for me, even after... Of course I did. You're a member of my crew. Stay safe out there. Asaga de Ryuvia, returning to duty, sir. Good to have you back. Now go get him. Sir, the Sunrider is attempting to escape behind the first moon. We've already scrambled all our forces to intercept. What are your orders? We will not be humiliated at our own wedding. Slaughter them all, or bring the princess to us alive. Death is too lenient of a sentence for the humiliation she has caused us today. Yes, sir. Her struggle is meaninless, for Ryuvia is already ours. Soon, we'll have the means to rule the galaxy, just as the Ryuvian Empire emperors of the old. Captain, we got pack vessels coming in from every direction to intercept us. Make it to Ryuvia's moon as fast as possible. We slingshot ourselves out of Ryuvia's gravity well and block off the packed fleet while we're at it. Aye, Captain. All hands, prepare for emergency maneuvers. Okay, in anticipation of the wedding crashing mission, I went ahead and respec'd everything for the Sunrider and all of the mechs. And here are the changes I made. Hull plating is all the way to 1700, that way I can hopefully withstand some of the punishment. Energy reactors up to 120, so I can move a maximum of 4 spaces per turn. Since you have to get to the right side of the map, mobility is pretty important. I also put a point into evasion, so hopefully I can dodge some of those rockets and not lose a third to half of my health. And as you can see, I went nuts with the kinetics. I increased its firepower all the way up to 500 damage per round, hoping I could hopefully return some of that punishment back to the battleships. I increased the accuracy. I don't know how much of an impact that'll make, but we'll find out. And I reduced the cost of the kinetic down to 59 per turn, so I can fire it twice if needed. So ideally, I might be able to one-shot a battleship. The other thing is I put a point into flak resistance since there's going to be missiles all over the place. This will help reduce it slightly. This is getting buffed in the next patch, which may or may not be live by the time this video finally does get uploaded. And I also increased the armor on the off chance it actually means something. As for the Liberty, the only thing it has is just one buff to its hit points, so hopefully it can withstand a little bit of punishment. Bianca, 1 point into the hit points. Now the Phoenix, this is one that I paid a little bit more attention to. Since she has flak that allows her to shoot down missiles, I gave her an upgrade in this. I also upgraded her armor, so hopefully she doesn't get one shot. Gave her some hit points, and most importantly of all, I gave her 3 levels of evasion. So 2 upgrades here. My hope is that by exploiting the AI, I'm going to try to pull as much aggro onto her as possible, and I'm hoping she can dodge. So that's the whole plan with the Phoenix. Meanwhile, Blackjack, this one I gave a point of hull plating for resistance, and then I upgraded the laser power to level 3 so that I can try to snipe. I gave an extra point of accuracy. I'm aiming for the missile mechs with this ship. And a point of flak to shoot down incoming missiles. And finally, the Seraphim, completely untouched because this thing is not moving. It's just going to be sitting on the back line and bombarding. So on this note, we're going to cut to the battle and see if my plan works out. Okay, here we are in the Wedding Crash mission, aka Sunrider's Casino. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you need so much luck in this one mission that it pretty much does defeat the point of even playing a strategy game.
Forward and onward.
So, firing the laser. It's going to do a small amount of ship damage, that's fine.
Captain, you better keep your eyes. Virus uploaded. And lights go off. I'll just shut off your computer.
And I need to get the bottom half here to protect Solo because they have more than enough firepower to one-shot any single unit here, Sunrider included.
I'm moving forward. I fight alone.
This all ahead full.
And I'm just gonna do a random kinetic shot. We'll get
fire saviors. Negative hit.
Okay, their turn. They're gonna be firing on Blackjack since it did the most damage this turn. Wow, it's so choppy. Don't know why. Okay, it was intercepted. That was awesome. That would have done a half to a Sunrider's hit points and damage had it connected. And I'm kind of hoping. Ooh.
We have evaded the enemy's attack.
Wow, this is a really good stroke of luck. But the missiles here could change that. Liberty can take the beating.
Minor damage sustained. All systems are still green. Can't catch me. They're shooting at me, Captain!
Only 2 intercepted.
Requesting cover.
And if you lose the Seraphim, of course, it's automatically game over because you need her DPS for this.
Good thing the enemy's nearsighted, huh, Captain?
I'm dropping the volume. That's fine.
Our hull is holding.
Emergency maneuvers successful.
And here comes the part. That's what I meant by focusing Blackjack.
Dodged it.
No one intercepted. The Sunrider can take this.
Our hull is holding.
And here's where it's... Okay, that's awesome news. That was the part where things can get really, really dicey. Okay, for our turn,
I hope
need
you
the
know
Phoenix
accelerating.
to pick this thing off. And I just had to restart the game to try to get rid of these flag spikes, but...
And that's how it's done.
actually going to leave it parked for the moment. And stealth, I found out what exactly this does, and it's pretty misleading. You use it before you attack. It allows you to move close to a mech without it triggering its counterattack action. From the sound of it, you'd think it might help you with your evasion, like when the enemy starts retaliating, but no, that's not the case.
Yes, Captain.
Anyway, it's time to channel Skies of Arcadia with our Moonstone Cannon.
This is my command. Prepare to fire the Vanguard Cannon.
You are no vice
Vanguard,
shields.
fire.
So half the health on that battleship was taken off, missile cruiser down. And this is the choppy stuff I was talking about. So we did a total of 3,200 damage to the enemy here. That means the Sunrider is going to be trying heavy aggro. Right now I have it right next to the Liberty so that I can get the shield buff.
Yes, Captain?
Going to use heal on the Blackjack since it was in less than desirable shape. And I can move
Forward
here.
and onward.
And I'm gonna go ahead and fire my assault.
Clearing the road. More where that came from. Let's give him
And
hell.
I'm not bothering with the laser this because the missile cruiser is right next to another battleship, getting shielding from this like Liberty is shielding Sunrider.
Captain.
And it's time to use aim down.
Just shut off your computer.
Aim down
Virus uploaded.
and aim down.
Loading bunny girl app. That'll distract him.
And soon enough I'll be moving forward and I can start using her kinetic or even the gravity gun to move the enemy around. And to wrap up our turn, it's time to fire kinetic. So this should do about 500 damage, as you can see, double damage and double accuracy for 2 turns.
Eliminating. Target successful.
Wow. I thought that normally only did like 5.
Awaiting orders.
And I can't move because I'd lose my protection, so I'm just gonna fire a missile at the
Our missiles
battleship.
are away. The
100
hit
damage.
is solid,
That's not
Captain.
too bad. Their turn. So we got a little bit of intercept down. That's the
hull
whole
is
reason I
beginning
kept the
fracture.
Phoenix there instead of dashing straight for the missile mech. Kind of hoping the Blackjack would be able to intercept too, but it looks like I didn't move it close
Our
enough.
hull is beginning to fracture. It appears your luck is holding, Captain. Our hull is beginning to fracture. Our hull is beginning to fracture. The enemy attack is unsuccessful. Hull breach is on deck 0.
Yeah, it's not choppy anymore, so that's one small consolation.
Hull breach is on deck 0.
I'd be taking even less damage if I could move the Blackjack close enough to intercept, but... yeah, they can't dodge any, or can't intercept
Hull
anymore.
breach is on deck 0. It appears your luck is holding, Captain.
And damn it, it's getting choppy again. Okay, our turn.
Ready to forward and onward.
We need to assault down the wounded guy.
Time to do this the old-fashioned way. Aha! I did it!
Assault down this guy.
Time to do this the old-fashioned way. One for the good guys. Today's
Moving
I'm
Bianca
moving
up.
forward. Don't underestimate me. Corrupting data.
What?
I'll get
Putting
there
her
before
here.
anyone else. Weapons free. Icari Isidol. Remember my name. I'll take you all.
And I'm gonna move her right down there.
The
so-
Sunrider is at your all ahead full.
How can I? I'm moving
Gotta
forward.
keep the Sunrider healthy.
Our systems have been enhanced, Captain.
And we gotta take down this ship this
Sniping
turn.
out the enemy. Target successful.
Awaiting orders.
92%. Watch it miss.
Initiating shock and awe. The attack is successful. Fire Flak. Take them out. On target.
Now their turn.
We have taken no damage, Captain. We have taken no damage, Captain. Hard to port. We have taken no damage, Captain. The enemy has missed. Hard to port.
And I would not have believed that if I had not seen it
Warp
myself.
signatures detected.
Wow.
More enemies.
As you can see, the first line of reinforcements have arrived. Another missile cruiser on each side, 2 mechs here, a battleship down here. So if I really didn't care about command points, I could move the Sunrider up here and do another Vanguard Cannon, but I'm not going to bother.
Phoenix, waiting orders.
Going in here.
Afterburners activated. Let's go. I'll cut you down. Icari Isidol. Falling back.
Awaiting orders.
And as for the Sunrider, let's go ahead and do full forward.
I fight alone. Captain, you better keep your eyes on me. I'm moving forward.
So if I wanted to fire from all the way back here, definitely feasible.
Dang it, Captain! I'm a doctor, not a... Whoa! Observing the enemy. Charging rifle. Firing. Target successful.
All systems are green.
Now I'd lose the Liberty shielding if I go all the way out here, but I don't think I have a choice.
All ahead full. All cannons fire. We have struck the enemy.
So far right side of the map. Since I can move 4 spaces, it's going to take me 2 more turns to get there.
Shall I compute something for you? I'm moving forward.
Countermeasure successful.
Let's
Engineering
go get
reports
'em.
an increase in our capabilities.
And I can assault twice if I
Putting
move
the
up
pedal
here.
to the metal. Clearing the road. Score 1 for the good guys. Time to do this the old-fashioned way. Aha! I did it!
So still banking on other ships playing aggro for the damage they do, but the
watching
Liberty should
over
be
me,
essentially
Captain?
invisible to them.
The Sunrider is at your disposal,
And
Captain.
we're sitting at 2/3 health. We should be okay for the time being, but this thing is probably going to open fire with its kinetics, so let's see what happens.
Hull breach is on deck 0.
Quarter of our remaining health. Just kind of hoping for a better intercept rate.
Hull breach is on deck 0.
And no
Hull breach is
shield
on deck
bonus
0.
damage.
We have evaded the enemy's attack. Our systems are catastrophically failing one by one. Our systems are catastrophically failing one by one. The enemy attack is unsuccessful.
Okay, 2 turns before we can finally get out of this place. So let's see what happens from here. Okay, first things first.
Please don't move me too far away, Captain.
Countermeasure successful. Engineering reports an increase in our capabilities.
Whoosh!
And we can try to kill this.
You've been a
70%
bad
shot.
boy.
At your command.
Kinetic.
All cannons fire! The hit is solid, Captain.
Okay, we need our sniper to come through here.
Charging particle. Target successful.
At your command. Initiating shock and awe. On target.
What do you need, Captain?
We can pick this guy out without his laser shield.
Yes, sir. Devastation. Remember that speed alone.
Make it quick. One cut. All too easy.
And moving down here to missile intercept position. Let's end turn and hope no reinforcements arrive.
Our systems are catastrophically failing one by one. It appears your luck is holding, Captain. Our systems are catastrophically failing one by one. Our systems are catastrophically failing one by one.
Come on, high number.
Our systems
we're
are
100 down
catastrophically failing
overall.
one by one. New enemies have joined the battle.
And I need to reach...
The Sunrider is at reverse course.
Wrong.
Give us some
What?
distance.
They need to work on
Do
those
you need
freaking
something scanned,
hitboxes.
Captain?
Our systems have been enhanced, Captain. Yes, Captain.
So
All ahead,
we're going.
full.
We actually
All
have to go
ahead,
over
full.
here.
Let's go get him.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She can kill that one. Going to
Putting the
put her
pedal to
here.
the metal.
As for the missiles, maybe we'll get lucky and kill this guy.
Try dodging this. Aha! I did it! You're watching me, Captain? And lights go off!
And we're going to gravity. Ah, we can't reach. Okay, that kind of makes sense that you can't move stuff that big.
Loading Bunny Girl out. That'll distract him.
Do you need something scanned, Captain?
You better keep your eyes on me. Don't underestimate me.
Captain,
And it doesn't really matter what she shoots. Going to send her down here.
unleashing. Target failure.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Captain,
She moved.
you
Phoenix,
better keep your
reporting.
eyes on me.
Accelerating. Commencing close. Easy in, easy out.
And I'm
I'll
gonna
get
put
there
her
before
right
anyone
here.
else. I think it's time you got new glasses.
Let's
You're
hope that they've
watching me,
drawn enough
Captain?
aggro, so let's move on.
Our
Still
systems are
aiming for the Sunrider.
catastrophically failing one by one. Our systems are catastrophically failing one by... Warning! Core implosion is imminent! Warning! Core implosion is imminent!
Okay, here we go. Do or die.
Warning! Core implosion is imminent! Yes, Captain?
And we're out of here.
We will engage the enemy face to face!
Whoa! That is a huge chunk of command points. And we actually came out with a decent chunk of change. So, let's move on with the story, I guess. I'm wondering what the actual max number of command points you can get, but this more than covers the cost of the Vanguard Cannon. We're still down a little bit due to the full forward I had to use, but we live. We have made it to the moon, Captain. Retrieve our riders. Slingshot us around the moon close enough to graze the sand. Why is it that that seems like a good idea in the movie? You know, just never mind. Aye, Captain. Our artificial gravity generator is nearing its limit. Holy. It's the Legion waiting for us on the other side of the moon. It's preparing to fire. Break off. Hard to port. We're exceeding our safeties, Captain. All hands, brace for impact. Warp preparations are complete. Warp. Captain, we're now safely inside Alliance space. No sign of further pack pursuit. Good. Stand down, red alert. That was one hell of a rescue, Captain. Tell the truth, I can't believe we made it out of that alive. You did well, Ava. I knew I could count on you. Thank you, Captain. We're receiving a message from the Alliance vessel Aristotle. They want to know our status. Tell them we mean no harm. We'll be approaching the nearest safe harbor for supplies and repairs. Repairs? That's putting it mildly? Aye, sir. Take us into port, Ava. I think we've had more than enough adventure for one day. Understood, Captain. Setting course for the Alliance planet of Farport. ETA 18 hours. And yeah, this video is probably going to be like an hour long, so I'm going to go ahead and put the break here. You can try to line up for the Captain's logs, but I am going to be taking a break from the game for this point until that patch comes out that improves the Flak. And namely, it actually tells you what all the stuff does. Like, how are you supposed to know Restore is a debuff cleanse? And, like, the stealth thing, I actually had to go to the developer forums to find that out. So, I'll see you in a little bit. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.